Guys, being fat is not okay. Now, before you all start gathering rocks to stone me, okay, just understand that I'm not trying to fat shame anybody or body shame anybody, okay? That's not what this video is about. What this video is about this article that was published by self.com, and it's titled, What the Future of Fitness Really Looks Like. And it's got a picture of this plus-size black model. Her name is Beth Garabrandt. Okay, and she's doing some sort of like yoga pose or gymnastics or something, right? But the premise of this article, well, there's a couple. One of the premises of this article is that being fat, being plus size, and being happy and positive about being plus size is the future of fitness. And no, it's not. I'm telling you right now, that is not the future of fitness, unless you want to start changing the definition of fitness, which the left is that's sort of their MO. Changing the definition, changing language in order to fit their narrative. And this is one of their narratives. They've published a couple of articles, including this one, wherein they assert that fitness is also racist. The writer of this article, her name is Lita Shai. And one of the excerpts of this article, I believe it's the second paragraph in her article, what the future of fitness really looks like, says, for many, the world of fitness can be far more limiting than freeing. In gyms, on social media, and in other fitness-dedicated spaces, the focus on what our bodies look like can make it hard for those with bodies that don't conform to narrowly defined norms to feel like they belong. For far too long, people with larger bodies have been met with limitations, judgment, and intimidation in spaces designed to help us all reach our potentials. Okay, that is not exclusive to overweight people, all right? Literally everybody that I know at some point on whatever spectrum you fall on on the fitness spectrum, whether you're extremely obese or whether you're extraordinarily fit, everybody is met with judgment at some point. And I see it all the time with the fit shaming, right? Anybody who is fit must be using steroids or performance enhancing drugs or has some sort of advantage over other people who aren't as fit. Okay, so everybody who attempts to improve themselves in the category of fitness is met with judgment at some point. Okay, this is not exclusive to people who are overweight. And these articles go on to explain that gyms are only set up for fit people. Well, that doesn't make any sense because fit people need to go to the gym less than unfit people. Okay, for those of you who aren't involved in fitness necessarily or aren't a part of the fitness realm or industry, one of the most important benefit of diet and exercise is the prevention of disease. Okay, forget about the aesthetics, forget about the look and the appearance for a second. Okay, everybody wants to look good naked. Most people that I know don't want to be fat. They want to be lean, they want to look good, they want to feel comfortable in their own skin and in their clothes. And when they stand in front of the mirror every morning, they don't want to look at their body and constantly be disappointed. Okay, but all that set aside, the most important thing that you can do for yourself with diet and exercise is the prevention of diseases like coronary heart disease, hypertension, diabetes, and a litany of other diseases that significantly increase when you are obese. Okay? Those diseases do not care about how positive you feel about your high body fat percentage. Okay? The higher your body fat percentage is, the more likely you are to develop one or more of these diseases. That's just how it is. And no amount of body positivity or feeling good about yourself is going to change that. But it's always bizarro world with the far left, right? With the progressive left, everything has to be upside down and backwards, okay? And this is cancel culture, okay? It's cancel culture disguised as compassion for people who are unfit and overweight. That's all it is. Okay, we see it all the time with people who are successful. They have to be knocked off the ladder of success because people who are lazy feel inadequate when they see others succeeding and they aren't. People who are smart have to be silenced because it's offensive to people who are stupid. And now we have to hide the people who are fit because it makes people who are fat feel bad about themselves. I will never understand this mentality and this method of thinking, but I do understand that it's wrong. If you want to be fat and you enjoy being fat and you feel good about yourself, by all means, knock yourself out. But that's not going to change the science behind your increased risk of developing one of those life-threatening diseases if you remain obese and choose to be that way. Gyms are not set up to exclude unfit people. Okay, the machines that they have in the gyms are very durable, okay, and fit a number of various body sizes and body types. Okay, you can watch videos, you can watch YouTube videos of bodybuilders who weigh 300 pounds and they fit in these machines just fine and do their exercises just fine, and they're not limited by their body size or their weight. So if you're a female who weighs 220, 230, you are not going to have a problem fitting into any of these machines. Is it going to be uncomfortable? Sure. Exercise is supposed to be uncomfortable. It's not supposed to be relaxing and like you're laying in bed getting a good night's rest or watching Netflix. It's pushing you outside of that comfort zone. The old adage, no pain, no gain, that's been around forever for a reason, because it's very true. If you don't feel comfortable and if you are experiencing pain, you're likely doing it correctly. But when you are overweight and when you are obese, life is just harder. It just is. And climbing in and out of a leg press machine or any other type of machine at the gym is going to be harder for you. But as you lose that weight and shed those pounds, that is going to be easier, along with many other various activities that you do from day to day, including walking up the stairs, walking through a parking lot, doing your laundry, going grocery shopping. Life becomes so much I know. I used to be overweight myself. And I noticed a huge difference when I started losing that weight. My joints, including my knees and my hips, felt a ton better. I wasn't as winded when I would walk up a flight of stairs. Simply moving around and enjoying life became much easier. Now, if you're one of these people who, if you get on social media or you're watching TV and you see a fit person and that makes you feel bad about yourself because of the way you look or feel, then do something about it. But don't pretend that by canceling those people and not having them appear on the cover of magazines and seeing them on social media is going to somehow make your quality of life better, because it's not. You're simply just not seeing the other side of it. It doesn't make your life better at all. And one of the other premises of these articles published by Self is that people who are, minority groups, especially because they don't have as much money, what they're claiming is they don't have as much money as white people. They don't have the access that white people do. And so white privilege is responsible for minority groups being unfit and being obese. Okay, that's just a crock of crap, for one. For another, you don't have to have access to a gym. You don't have to have a ton of money, and you don't even have to have a ton of time to be able to live a healthy lifestyle. You don't need a gym in order to lose weight. The only thing you need is a few good pointers on basic understanding of nutrition and activity in order to get down to a body weight or a body fat percentage that is healthy for you. As long as you are burning more calories than you're consuming, you are going to lose weight. It's as simple as that. And I know a lot of these fitness influencers on social media will make it sound like it's much more complicated than that, because they're either trying to sell you a supplement or sell you a program that probably won't work for you. It's as simple as burning more calories. When we're talking about fat loss, it's as simple as that. It doesn't need to be any more complicated than that. And you can accomplish that in as little as 30 minutes a day, and taking some extra time to cook your own food and prep your own meals in advance. Okay, but this idea that fatness and that being obese and being overweight and feeling good about that is the new reality of fitness in the future is a bunch of crap. The reason our healthcare system is performing dissatisfactorily in this country isn't necessarily because of the doctors and the healthcare providers and the nurses and the pharmaceutical companies. It's because people in this country choose to live a lifestyle that makes them fat. And when you are fat, along with that comes other health issues like the ones I listed before. So if people just made a conscious effort to make a few changes to their lifestyle, and I'm not talking about following some fad diet like keto or paleo or whatever new extreme trending diet there is on social media these days, because those don't work. They will work for the few weeks that you try them, but then as soon as you get off of those diets, you gain all of the weight back that you had before and then some. I'm talking about making sustainable lifestyle changes that you can practice your whole life without feeling deprived or, without feeling extremely regimented. But it takes a little bit of self-discipline. And if more people would practice that rather than going to the doctor every week and being prescribed medications because they're having a hard time breathing and, having all sorts of other health issues because they're overweight, then the healthcare system in this country wouldn't matter as much and it wouldn't be such a controversial topic. But if we go down this road of making being fat and being overweight and being obese a thing of beauty and a thing that's to be desired and aspired to, no, we're only going to see more death, okay, more depression, higher rates of suicide, okay, higher rates of people dying from things like coronary heart disease and diabetes. And then the healthcare system is going to be that much more taxed in our country, and that's going to lead to all sorts of other controversial issues. And again, I'm not trying to body shame anybody. I'm not trying to fat shame anybody. But if you are one of those people who is dissatisfied with the way you look or the way you feel, especially so, and I used to use my motivation used to be those people, those extremely fit people, especially bodybuilders. I was always fascinated by the way they looked. That was my motivation. I want to look like that, not just like that, but I want to get close to that. I want to be big. I want to be strong, and I want to have big muscles, and I don't want several layers of body fat to cover all of that up. So instead of feeling bad about yourself when you see other people succeeding in that regard, use that as your fuel and your fire and your motivation and a goal to strive towards, and don't sneer at it because it makes you feel bad about yourself for a moment. Use that as your motivation, and then start exercising a little bit of self-discipline. If you're one of these people who knows that you need to make a change, then do something about it. Don't sit around complaining about how fatness isn't the norm and how fatness isn't trending and how people don't find fatness as a thing of beauty. Like I said, you don't need a ton of money and a ton of time in order to be healthy and in order to be lean. To be at a healthy body fat percentage, you need a basic understanding of nutrition and to take the time to cook your own food and prep your meals in advance and do a little bit of activity every day. Whether it's 15, 20, 30 minutes or an hour, it doesn't need to be, you don't need to spend all day in a gym. You don't need to spend hours in a gym in order to be lean and in order to be healthy. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. As always, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like, comment, and share. See you next time.